Welcome to Tri-Valley Sports Final, your program for the best in local sports action. On this week's NCS playoff show, freshman sensation Sela Fanal lights it up as the Dublin girls basketball team takes on Montgomery. The Timmy Falls to Bryce Knox connection comes up big as the Gales boys face the Concord Minutemen. And Ariana Cunha is outstanding as the Valley Christian Lady Vikings square off against the Redwood Christian Eagles. All that plus Dublin San Ramon Valley, NCS boys soccer, and much more right here at Tri-Valley Sports Final. Welcome back to Tri-Valley Sports Final. On this week's show of North Coast Section Playoff Basketball as the Dublin boys and girls battle in Division II. We'll also have Division V girls basketball as the Valley Christian Lady Vikings face Redwood Christian. And finally, we'll have NCS boys soccer as Dublin squares off against San Ramon Valley. Tim Speroni's off this week, but as always, I'm joined by Dr. B.
Ian, you're absolutely on the ball. North Coast Section Basketball, the girls. Hey, I'll tell you what. You know, Coach Campbell has produced a great teams, and she's got veteran players, but she's happy because she's got a freshman named Fanal who's phenomenal. You're going to see her make a lot of shots, steal basketballs, and only a freshman. So even though this veteran group, Moses and Carrington, all those girls are leaving, she's got a good group waiting in the wings. And to prove the point, in North Coast Section, Dublin overpowers Montgomery. And here we go, huddle, and they're ready to go to work. And Coach Campbell has got them going. And I'll watch the offensive boards. Miss and Amante follows. Very nice effort. And this is a great offensive, as I say it, offensive rebounding team. Yee misses, but who's there? Carrington. Bingo takes it back in, and they are tough. And then Andrews powers their way inside. Nice move there. And they're tough inside. Watch this, Carrington to Amante, good passing. And when they can't score inside, looks the slasher, Alana Yee, but she's also a great outside shooter, and she is a tough player going through that defense. And here's the freshman. Fanal misses, one of a few misses, but Yee follows, and she's become an offensive board. But here comes Milan Moses to Fanal, the freshman, for the layup. And watch Yee on this play, all-around player, blocks, has the presence of mind, perfect pass. Fanal takes it in stride. What fundamental basketball. Doesn't have to even break stride. Yee, great pass. All right, Moses, where have we seen this before? Steal and a basket. I'm telling you what, we've seen that a lot of times. Okay, and then Andrews to Carrington to Fanal, and she rolls it in. Good interior passing. This team is playing on all cylinders, Coach Campbell. Moses to Fanal, and at this point, Dublin on a roll. They're on their, they're blasting them right now. Yee misses, but Fanal follows. Oh man, good, another good foul. Got a good eye for the ball. And then Carrington drives and cross dribbles and scores. Pretty good for a center. And then Yee to Carrington, no good. But look at Yee come in and get the offensive board and put it back in. Great hustle by Yee. This team's got a little bit of everything. Fanal, score, fast break, bingo. And then Moses, watch her, goes to her left, sees a little crease and goes, thank you very much for a layup. All you have to do is make a little crease for the lefty. And then Moses drives, scores again on this one, almost loses it, but strong enough to get it up for the score. She'll have 12. And we close with the freshman. So now watch the steal, anticipates the pass. Easy bucket, thank you very much. And that'll do it as Dublin takes care of Montgomery, 70-38. Usually you don't get scores like that in North Coast Section, but in this one you did because they were outstanding. Now with 18, Moses with 12, and they're just terrific, and they're on their way to their greatest year, maybe yet, in terms of wins.
Yeah, with a legitimate shot at NCS championship, and then of course going on from that to NorCal. But you got the big three: Amante, Moses, and Carrington. But all the supporting players that are really paying big dividends for Coach Campbell's team. Players like Yee and Fanau and Andrews, of course, too.
Yeah, that's pretty nice to have 6 players or 7 players. Yeah. There's no drop off, but there is senior leadership because Moses is kind of the senior leader in that team, and Carrington's and Amante are tough on the boards. They give them a great. Not too many teams have offensive rebounding like they do, and those girls go to the boards hard, and it pays off. They get in this video, they got at least 6 buckets on offensive rebounds, so that's pretty good production out of your front line.
And they forced so many turnovers too. There was a stretch of about 4 or 5 possessions that Dublin had turnovers that they converted into easy layups.
Yeah, well, we've seen it. As I was going through the video, I was saying to myself, when is Moses going to get a steal?
Yeah.
She got one and laid it up. And
exactly.
So it's almost like you expect those kinds of things. But good luck to Coach Campbell as they proceed to set a record for they're already great teams, but they're going to even bigger heights.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
We'll see the Dublin boys basketball team a little bit later in the show as they take on Concord. But up next is our Tri-Valley Sports Final Game of the Week. This week, the Valley Christian Lady Vikings take on their rivals to the west, Redwood Christian, in the NCS Division 5 quarterfinals. Welcome back to Tri-Valley Sports Final. For this week's Sports Final Game of the Week, we go to Dublin for North Coast Section Division 5 girls basketball playoff action, and the Valley Christian Lady Vikings matched up against their longtime rival, Redwood Christian. Valley has dominated the series between the two schools the last few years, winning 8 straight. A victory in this contest would qualify the winner a berth in the upcoming NorCal playoffs. And we go out to Valley Christian. Lady Vikings ready to go. They would start off quickly. Kayla Frierson ahead to Alyssa Lorenzo. Her 3 is off the mark, but Nina Besselo is there for the follow. Now, Alyssa Rossi rebounds the miss and passes ahead to Ariana Cunha for the layup. This time, Callie Johnson goes baseline and gives to Paige Selleck. Her shot's no good, but Arasi is there for the putback. More Valley Christian as Cunha steals and drives in for the layup. She finished with 10 points, 11 assists, and 8 steals. Lady Vikings continue to light it up. Cunha feeds Frierson for the basket. At the end of the first quarter, Valley Christian leads 29-3. Second quarter is more of the same. Cunha inbounds to Selleck for the banker. Now, Besselo comes up with a steal. She drives baseline for the layup. This time, Lorenzo passes inside to Alyssa Arase for the score. Arase finished with 19 points. Frierson now feeds Besselo inside. Her shot's no good, but she gets her own board and hooks it in. She had 18 points. Cunha now inbounds to Frierson as the Valley Christian lead grows to 26 points. And one more time, Cunha to Frierson for 3. She finished with 16 as Valley Christian rolls past Redwood Christian 71-28. There you see the final score as the Lady Vikings cruise to their 12th straight win and another dominating performance by this team. And we see it almost every game, a 30, 40-point win.
I'm an offensive guy. I like offense. And who says you don't get offense? Now, this is one team that can score. I mean, they do get the ball inside. They get a lot of steals. They get a lot of layups. But they got some ladies who can really know where the hoop is. And they're one of the best driving teams. They drive to the bucket very well. And you know who's kind of picked up? Besselo, we know. Cunha is very good. But Frierson has kind of gotten better as the year's gone on. And so this is a powerhouse. And, the power to the west was not the best in this one. And they were out. Good line, Ian. And they were out of it 29-3. And this is in the North Coast section. You know, you expect good competition. They had a good record and no chance at all.
And this team pretty much just out hustles a lot of other teams too.
Yes.
They throw their bodies on the court regardless of themselves.
Yeah, I would say that's also a good point, is that they get a lot of deflection, so they know as soon as they get a deflection, they can turn it into 2 points. So that's something they're geared to do. And you're right, they do get, I don't know what the percentage is, but I bet it's over 30 or 40% of offense from that loose ball and tips.
Yeah. And we're going to go from the girls over to the boys, and the Dublin Gales hoping to advance as they take on a team that they beat earlier this season, the Concord Minutemen. And we go out to Dublin Gales and Coach Tom Costello getting off to a quick start as Kobe Tony passes to Bryce Knox, who pulls up, buries the three-pointer. Knox would have a big night. Moments later, Andrew Nguyen steals and drives in for the basket as Dublin jumps on top 15-6. Now Tony passes to Falls, cross court to Knox for another three. This time Falls feeds Nguyen for a three-pointer of his own as the Gales extend their lead to 21-8. More Dublin as Timmy Falls buries the three-pointer. And Falls now drives to the hoop, dishes to Knox for the banker. Dublin now cranks up the defense as Knox knocks it away. Falls takes the pass, goes behind the back over to Knox. That makes it 31-18. And just before the break, Falls passes to Aaron Shangier inside to Knox for 2 of his 21 points. At the half, Dublin leads 32-21. Second half, Gales again start quickly as Shangier drives and scores. Now the big guy, James Schlesser, outlets to Falls, who takes it to the hole. That makes it 36-22. More Dublin and more Timmy Falls. Here, the super sophomore drives it to the rack. Tony now passes inside to Shangier, buries the 13-footer. He had 10 points in the game. Falls now inbounds to Knox. No good, but Schlesser is there for the putback. Schlesser would also have a nice game. Here he takes the pass from Falls and lays it in. And one more time, Falls steals and goes from Concord Boulevard to Village Parkway as Dublin rolls 66-47. Bryce Knox and Timmy Falls combined for 36 points as the Gales win. And like we said in the Valley Christian game, by virtue of this victory, Dublin qualifies for next week's NorCal playoffs because they're in the Final Four.
Yes, absolutely. And, you know, Dublin is one of the keys in North Coast section plays get off to a fast start. And that's what they did in this game. And, you know, Knox Dublin's really good when Knox is on. If Knox is on, they got 3-4 starters there that can really play. Schlesser's playing well. The big guy, he's getting rebounds and scoring a little. And Shangier, if he gets going, there's another added component to Coach Costello. So if they get off to a fast start, later on in the game, they played pretty good defense. And they held this team to 47 points. So that's not a bad defensive night. And if they get the lead early, they're going to be tough to beat.
Yeah, that's another team that likes to get out there, run a little bit, and pick up the points.
Yeah, absolutely. They will run on the long rebound, and you know, Falls, you expect him to have a good year and good, you know, but when Knox is on, that just gives him you know, that spreads the court out because he's shooting threes too. So it's a nice combination of Coach Costello. And don't forget Coach Sabrani in there somewhere.
Absolutely.
They got a nice thing going, and you know, they kind of come out of nowhere to be one of the better teams in the playoffs. So it's improvement over the year.
Another good year for them, absolutely.
Yeah.
That's going to do it this week for basketball. Up next, we're going to go outside for boys playoff soccer as the Dublin Gales square off against San Ramon Valley in the North Coast section semifinals. Welcome back to Tri-Valley Sports Final. Earlier in the show, we saw a lot of North Coast section basketball. Now we're going to move it out to the pitch for some soccer. And who else but Mr. Backline Defense, Dr. B.
Oh, I'm going to tell you something. You know, there's an old saying, you can't tell a book by its cover. Well, when you look at this game, the final score, it's 4-0. But that doesn't really tell the story because Dublin played a great game. And in particular, one of the best goalies I've seen in a long time, Schuler. He was unbelievable in this game, as you will see, and it was a much closer game. Of course, J.T. Carlson of San Ramon, which is a good team, 22 wins, and they deserve the win, but this was a very close game as San Ramon gets by Dublin in the North Coast section. And beautiful San Ramon High, two soccer powerhouses meet on the pitch, and there's Nathan Miller. Good defense by Zach Smith, and good job there. More defense, the Dublin goalie. Who else? Watch Schuler. Is this guy good or is this guy good? Now, you'll see him many times. He knows what he's doing. And then the San Ramon Swordrell tripped up, and he'll get the penalty kick right there, so he scored. Now, that was a tough play, and he gets to score 1-0 early on the PK. All right, let's go to more defense. Matt LeBray to Miller, another. Watch Schuler in this one. A diving Ruski stop. That's my new word. And then more defense, corner kick. Again, who comes up? Schuler. Now, they give him credit for 5 saves. I think he's got about 8 already. Okay, defense, again, saved by Schuler. You know, this guy is terrific, and he's MVP. There you see Coach Buzmone of San Ramon wondering how can he get the ball in the net. Okay, second half, Toole. And then the header saved by the good San Ramon goalie, too, J.T. Carlson. And then Gales on the attack. Carlson again saves another shot. Another great play there. This is a battle. This is going back and forth. Only 1-0. And then Schuler deflects the shot. Again, it's missed. Now watch this. And it's another leaping save by Schuler right there. What a play by him. He's tough. This guy is an MVP in the DFAL. You can see why he is the MVP. And then San Ramon, another shot by Schuler. He's credited with 5 saves, but he's got about 10, really. Okay, 6 minutes left, winding down, Sogro to Raymond. He shoots off the post. Sogro follows, and it's kind of a little chintzy goal there, but it's 2-0, and good effort there by the Wolves, though. And then more San Ramon to Cox, and this is a great play, almost impossible stop there, 3-0. And then finally, well, almost at the end of the game, Bear is going to score another, but Schuler making a great effort, and there he is, the man of the hour. I like him, but San Ramon's going to win this one 4-0. And although the numbers look good, and it looks like it was a dominant San Ramon win, it was not. I mean, it was a tight ball game going right down to the last 5 minutes of the game.
Yeah, Schuler was just outstanding, and like you mentioned, he really proved why he was the MVP, co-MVP in the DFAL, but he was outstanding. This was a 1-0 game with 6 minutes left, and that one goal was on a PK.
Yeah, right.
So, I mean, he was just unbelievable.
Yeah.
San Ramon was just relentless in their attack, and you know, they were tough to stop on that night.
One of the reasons they had the attack going, that one didn't have that good backline defense. You know, you had to slow those forwards down. And you know, I know that backline defense. You know, I'm right on top of that.
And the Wolves go on to win the NCS championship too against De La Salle.
Yes,
so
and
congrats to them.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good company to be with. You know, well, Now it gives me my pleasure. It is my pleasure to talk about this week's Alameda County Fairground Athlete of the Week. And I think I will have a little poem. Nothing could be finer than Valley Christian's Ariana. Is that pretty good?
Pretty close.
Pretty close, yeah. Nothing could be finer than Valley Christian's Ariana.
This segment of Tri-Valley Sports Final is brought to you by the Alameda County Fair. Coming up at the Alameda County Fairgrounds, it's the Gem Fair, March 13th through the 15th. Jewelry and gem dealers from all around the world with the largest selection of fine jewelry, gems, and beads. There's always something fun going on at the Alameda County Fairgrounds. For more information, check out their website at alamedacountyfair.com. And our Alameda County Fairgrounds Athlete of the Week is Valley Christian basketball player Ariana Cunha. Ariana has been the spark on a Lady Vikings team that's racked up 27 victories. She averaged 7 points, 3 rebounds, 5 assists, and 3 steals a game. In recent playoff games, she had 10 points against Redwood Christian and 12 against San Domenico. For her excellence on the court, Valley Christian's Ariana Cunha is our Alameda County Fairgrounds Athlete of the Week. And congratulations, Ariana. And
we got a little breaking news.
Yeah, you got some breaking news.
We got baseball season coming up. We got baseball.
We do.
Okay. First game of the year I go to, Foothill versus Tracy West High School. Who's on the mound? Joe Lee, the left-hander from Pleasanton, California, junior. His catcher is Nate the Great Jeter. And guess what? I can't leave because for 5 innings, perfect game. And then the 6th inning, 17 what? But still, first game of the year, Joe and Nate the Great, nice job. We start off with breaking news. You'll hear more from them, but that's pretty big accomplishment.
Very impressive, yeah.
Yeah, they are pretty.
And we'll have them on. We'll have them on show later.
Yes, we will have them. Yes, we will. And much more ahead than I ever was because I never got a no-no. But that's pretty good. And Ariana, you're very good also, and good luck to you in your college career. So,
yeah, moving on to Notre Dame down in Belmont.
Yeah, and we also next week have one of my favorite sports, wrestling. It's one of my favorite, but of course you can't use the claw in wrestling. And we also have basketball.
More NCS basketball. Yeah. And we also have an exciting award. Did you have a coach this academic year that made a difference in your sports training and will also have a positive impact on the rest of your life? Nominate him or her for the Tri-Valley Sports Final Outstanding High School Coach of the Year Award. Just go to tv30.org beginning Monday, March 9th, and nominate your choice for the winning coach. The winner will be honored at this year's Tri-Valley Sports Final Outstanding Athletic Awards held May 28th at the Robert Livermore Center. And that will do it for this edition of Tri-Valley Sports Final. For Dr. B, I'm Ian Bartholomew. See you right back here next week.